you guys, welcome to Scrap Bear Knits. This is my little crafty knitty podcast. My name is Charity, also known as Scrap Bear on Instagram and Ravelry. I am most active on Instagram, and we do have a Ravelry group for this podcast called Scrap Bear Knits. So thanks for joining me today. Today is Tuesday, May the 16th, and I had promised you an episode on Friday, May the 12th, and I chose to finish an object for you guys for May the 12th, and it does not go with the shirt. So first of all, let me apologize for not dressing to suit my knitwear. This is just the shirt. It's a knitting shirt. It says no pain, no gain. I love this shirt. So I had this on today, and I decided to redo the podcast, which I did tape yesterday, and I was kind of unhappy with it. It was in a different location, and I just wasn't really happy with it. So I came up here to the room with the yarn and decided to retape. So thanks for joining me, and here we go. So let me tell you about my finished object, since it's really warm upstairs here, and I'm hot, so I want to take it off. This is my Genesis wrap, made with yarn from Lolo Did It. It is a pattern designed by Lauren from Lolo Did It. I used the Happy Easter colorway Lolo pack, which is currently sold out, and her Hippos for Easter colorway. So I'll show you. This is Just Ducky. I'll show you the stripes in a minute. This is Julep. This color is amazing. This is Elba Island, also one of my favorites. And then in the striping, the pop-of color section, I've used two different colors. So this is Hippo for Easter with the speckles, and this is Naked Hippo, which comes with the little Lolo pack. The purple is Violet Beauregard, and the pink is Beauty School Dropout. And this is larger than the size the pattern is written for. These are, look at that hippo for Easter, the Naked Hippo. I did make pretty detailed notes about how I did my pop of color stripes, since I was using more yarn than the pattern calls for and making it bigger. It's 88 inches long, so longer than my wingspan. It's hanging off a little bit on each end. 88 inches long, and then 21 inches deep at the point. This was larger than my set of blocking mats, so the way I blocked it is I put whenever I soak things and then I roll them up in a towel, and in this case I used a big beach towel to roll this up, and then I step on it to squeeze the water out. So I rolled it up in the beach towel, and I squeezed the water out, and then I spread the beach towel over my stairway banister, and then I smoothed the shawl out over it. If I had a clothesline, like an outdoor clothesline, I would have hung this and then put a weight on this point to really pull it out a little more, because I think it would block beautifully on a clothesline like that. So if you have a clothesline and you're knitting this shawl, do it that way. Tell me how it works. But anyway, I love it. I used up all but, I'll show you what I had left. Out of my little Lolo pack, I had 1 gram left of Beauty School Dropout, which is the pink. That's 1.1 grams. There's a knot. That's just where I cut the skein apart like that. So 1.1 grams of Beauty School Dropout. There's 3.5 grams of Naked Hippo left. And because these are 115 gram skeins, this is the plush sock base. There's 70 grams, so I have plenty here to get a pair of socks out of my Hippo for Easter. And I'm super excited, because I thought for a minute I wasn't going to have enough, but it's plenty. And this, I had never worked with a plush sock before, although I have bought some. I just hadn't knit with it. This is fabulous to knit with. It feels really, really good. And the twist, I was worried about the twist because it sort of reminds me of Stroll, the way it's really soft, like Stroll or Felici. People compare it to Cashmere. It's super soft. Well, wait, I have... Yep, it's very comparable to the Cashmere base. But I was, for some reason, worried that the twist was not going to be tight enough when I knit with it, and it knits beautifully. It just knits up really well, and I love it. So I'm excited I can get a pair of socks out of my Hippo for Easter, too. Although I'm not casting them on right now. And I did knit the shawl I'm going to show you some acquisitions. I got some size 6 signature needles when I went to the Maryland Sheep and Wool. And these are the convertibles. They're not interchangeables because you have to have a size 6 cord to go on your size 6 needles. And I bought a 32-inch cord because that's what I use mostly for shawl knitting. And I've knit more shawls than anything else right now. And if I wanted to use them for a sweater, I would probably also use the 32s. But I got the 4-inch tips. You can get the tips in 4, 5, or 6 inches. I got the 4-inch tips because if I get an 8-inch cord, then I have true 16-inch size 6 needles, and that was important to me. So that's why I picked the 4-inch, and I love them. I absolutely loved knitting with them. It made my shawl so much easier. I knit the shawl in exactly 7 days. I started on the 5th. I ended on the 12th. It did take me an extra day or two to weave in the ends and to block it, but the knitting was finished in 1 week. So that was terribly exciting. And the only other finished object I have to show you is a hoe. This is a Strappy Doctor Who sock in the number 4 colorway by Brazen Stitchery. This is all the colors in the 4th Doctor's scarf. And this is just a Cascade Heritage sock yarn, black heel and toe. I had this sock yarn in stash and I couldn't decide what color I wanted for heels and toes. So I'm going to try to make matching socks. I don't really care if they match. My husband doesn't really care if they match. But when I got to where I thought I was going to put the toe in, I was like, huh, I'm right at this point to start the next sock. So I'm going to try to make a match, you guys. I just knit a tube and then put in a true afterthought heel. Using the Kirby Werby / Susan B. Anderson, because I put in the heel and then I had him try the sock on and then I knit the toe. And I'm really happy with it. I do 8 rounds. I do 8 rounds before finishing out the heel. I've been working on magic number, how many rounds do I need to make this heel fit really well? And for him it's 8. I think it's going to be 8 for me as well. So I just did the same thing for the toe and I love them. They're super cute. So, I haven't like soaked and blocked it. I just put it on a blocker to show you. But, I'm really happy with that. And my husband has like a size 10 or 10.5 men's foot. So it's not terrible. I don't really mind knitting socks for him. I just am ready to knit some socks for me. So I cast some on. That's all of my current finished items. But right now I have cast on something for my May the Force Knit With You Cal. Are you knitting your Star Wars items? Are you sharing with me in the chatter thread what you're knitting? Because I have prizes, folks, and I want to give them away. This is Jedi yarn from Pandia's Jewels in her Snug Sock Base. This was a sock set, so this is the color, colorway it came with for heels and toes. I haven't wound for my heels and toes yet, but because I really wanted to cast on the sock. Here's the label. If you haven't used yarn from Pandia's Jewels, you should, because she's amazing and I love her and her artwork is adorable. But I have several Star Wars colorways from her, and so I thought I should start knitting them. I have a test knit that I'm doing for Dana Gervais Designs. For some reason, Dana Gervais has like almost the only, I think she does have the only sock patterns I've been able to complete. I don't know why I have a problem putting patterns on my socks, you guys. I do. So this is the design. It's called Throw Kindness Around Like Confetti, or that's its working title right now. It has cables and lace. I love it. The back is a rib. And like I said, this is a test knit for her, so I'm just using Pandia's yarn because we could use whatever yarn we wanted. Look how beautifully that is showing up. That is true to color. This is what this yarn looks like. And really, the name of it's Jedi, but it reminds me of the helmet that Luke tries on aboard the Millennium Falcon. You know, when he puts on the helmet and the blaster shields down and they're practicing using the Force for aiming. That's what it reminds me of. And then, you know, this is... Anyway, okay. So, and this is in my Indigo what is it? Ugh. Jessa Lou. It's in my bag by Jessa Lou. This was a gift in my very first swap I did online, but it's a Star Wars bag. How beautiful is that? And it's a bag by Jessa Lou. I totally love it. It's got a cool space fabric on the inside. I actually have a DPN holder that's made out of that same space fabric. But that is my current work in progress. That's all I have on the needles right now. I have tons of plans for things on the needles, y'all. I'm super excited about things. But before I get into that, I got some things in the mail. I have some No Makers yarn. Can't see it from where I'm sitting. I do have some, oh, it's on the shelf higher. So I do already have a little bit of No Makers yarn. My brother had given me some last year for my birthday, and this year they came out with the Backyard Shenanigans set. Sorry about the glare. But anyway, so there's orange sickle, houseflies, fireworks. There's bird poop on my swing, and they have an inspiration photo, you guys, and these are the colors of the bird poop on the L swing. This one is hula hoop, and this one is s'mores. And it comes with a glow stick. These reminded me of my own childhood so much. I could not order a mini set. So this means I for sure have to start a project with minis. Because these are so cute. Oh my god, they are so cute. I can almost not even stand it. And I have birds, so this is bird poop on my swing. That's particularly sweet. But anyway, so I ordered one of those. That came in right away. I ordered them the day they went up because I have yarn scraps on my floor. Sorry. Because I was so excited about it. So, oh, and I'm keeping my, forgot to show you, my Doctor Who socks for my hubby. I'm keeping in this, what I call my Diner TARDIS project bag, and it's by Artistic Lily. And it has a handle from another bag. It has a handle from my Front Range Bags Wonder Woman bag because I've been taking this out, and so it needed a handle because I've been using a tiny purse that my knitting bag wouldn't fit in. So I slapped a handle on that bag to make it easier to carry around. I've gotten a few things other than that in the mail, and then I have a haul from Maryland Sheep and Wool that I want to share with you, so I'm going to do that. I do know that I don't want to bring everybody down. I know a lot of people watch Yarn Hoarder. Amber from Yarn Hoarder, I love her. She is adorable, and she had the most adorable little puppy who just recently passed over the Rainbow Bridge. But before that happened, she had some dyers make some colorways, and Freckled Whimsy did a self-striping yarn, and I adore self-striping yarn, so I got a skein, and I think it was part of the proceeds. I don't see, it's not kind of on here. It might be in my stuff that I got. Part of the proceeds from the skein went to the animal shelter that Kevin had come from, and I used to have my own little rescue dog, and she was the light of my life, and I had her for 11 years, and I have not personally been ready for another dog, but this was a great way to give back for little Kevin. So this colorway is called Just Kevin. There's an 8-stripe repeat in here, and it actually reminds me of Jedi's, so I really wanted it, and I loved it, and it looks beautiful, and I haven't tried any Freckled Whimsy yarn. It feels delightful. It is an 80/20, which is one of my favorite bases, 80 merino, 20 nylon, so that's one of my favorite things to knit socks out of, so yay. So I got the Just Kevin. Sorry, my phone keeps going off here. And then I got another hippo. I got hippo for Cinco in the cashmere base because I don't have a lot of cashmere, so figure if I'm only buying one skein, I'll get the cashmere. This is my favorite green. I have to see if I can, I might need a little low of that for heels, toes, and cuffs. But I don't know for sure I'm going to make this sock yet. So that's my hippo for Cinco. And then I also got a skein of Lauren's final Yarn of the Month Club, which is great because I got a first skein I got one of the first skeins, Yarn of the Month Club. I was in the very first month, and this is the last one. This was Living on a Prayer, and I love how it's got the orange, brown, whatever that is. This is my favorite section. Look at that. Look at it. Makes my mouth water. Anyway, this is also on her cashmere base because, like I said, if you're only buying one skein at a time, why not spend a couple extra bucks and get cashmere? And I will have to say that after going to London, my very favorite socks, which were so sweet to my feet, were my cashmere socks, and I was real happy to have them. So I want more cashmere socks in my life. Just saying. So one more thing I got in the regular post, and I don't have a project in it yet, but I'm going to remedy that. Remedy that real soon, as I got a Scrappy Thread project bag. How cute is this? No two of her bags are the same because they're made out of quilt scraps, and it's just delightful. There's a quilt on this bed that's right in front of me. I wish you could see it. It's got her little tag in there. It has cute little measuring tape, twill tape, drawstrings, and then there's sheep in the bag, y'all. Man, you can see things so much better than you could yesterday when I recorded. So I've been wanting a drawstring bag. I have a few bags, but I needed more drawstring bags. I just wanted a Scrappy Thread bag. Erica's really cool, and I wanted one of her bags, and I think everybody should grab one if you need a bag. So there. But now I have the stuff I got at Maryland Sheep and Wool, and since I already mentioned Amber, I'm gonna say that she totally enabled me. I went to the Wool Buddies booth, and I had to get an R2 and a BB-8 because they're adorable. They're not really, you know, they're kind of out of scale, but that's okay because they're adorable and I love them. And my husband loves them too. We both love the droids, so we might have to fight over those. He hasn't actually seen anything I bought at Maryland Sheep and Wool, except for a mug that sadly I did not bring in here, so I don't guess we'll be seeing that mug today, but I'll show it another time. I got some, you know, because I do so much spinning on this show, I got some bats from hobbledehoy because they're so pretty, you guys. They're so pretty, and I don't see hobbledehoy stuff a lot near me. So this is my absolute favorite. These are sunflower batlings, and you see this pink one, this yellow pink, pow! It just, that I had to have it. Aren't those beautiful? I have no idea how this will spin up. I need to get my spindle out. I have 3 spindles. 2 that I will actually probably use. One that was like a baby starter spindle that I got for $5. But the other 2 I really like. So I should spin these up and see what happens, because I don't even know what happens. And these are unicorn batlings because it said unicorn. And look at it. I think they're made out, yeah, they're made out of the same fibers. This one has organic Polworth, bamboo, silk, and silver holographic sparkle. They're not super sparkly. This one has hand-dyed Polworth, I like, bamboo, sorry silk, and gold sparkle. And I actually can, I don't know if you can. I can see the sparkle in these. I can't really see sparkle in these, but it might be a combination of lighting in the room and the glare of the bag. But they're still beautiful, you guys. I love them. I'm gonna try. I have practice bats downstairs. And then I didn't know hobbledehoy has yarn. This is hobbledehoy in the Partly Cloudy mini skein set, and she was sharing a booth with Marigold Jen. And they were trying to see who could sell the most minis. And because I've never had any Marigold Jen and I've never had any hobbledehoy, I bought one of each. So this one, they're both 100 grams. The Marigold Jen is 3 cheers for the red, white, and blue. And I didn't even realize it was kind of America themed. Whatever. Where the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival is, it's near Washington, D.C. And who doesn't love the classic color combos of red, white, and blue? This one looks like a candy cane. Anyway, so this is lovely. It was a cloudy, rainy day, so I felt like I had to get the Partly Cloudy mini skein set. Besides, it has gray and yellow, which who does not love Grello? Grello is amazing. sorry I have these giant bags. You guys have no idea. Thought I slept last night. And then I'm really lucky because I had regretted not getting some of these when we went to London a few weeks ago, because we passed by this little flea market and there were vintage buttons, vintage glass buttons, but luckily somebody brought some vintage buttons to the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival, and I hadn't seen any of these before. These have like, it's gold coloring on them, and I don't know, they're like vintage buttons from the 30s and 40s, so I don't know what's really on them, but they're beautiful and I wanted them. And I love that they don't match. That's my favorite thing. I will put these on a sweater. And then I got just some clear ones. There were match sets, and when we were in London there were match sets to be had, and I just love them, and I'm delighted that I personally now feel like I am confident enough to make something with some beautiful vintage buttons, you know, worthy. Making a sweater does a lot for your self-confidence, guys, and it's really, if I did it, it's not hard. Just, if I did it, it's not hard. If you can make a washcloth, you can knit some sort of sweater. Okay? I'm blessed in that I live close to a place, Fiber Space, where you can buy Neighborhood Fiber Company. But I had never seen any of their mohair. And this is their mohair base. It's 60% kid mohair and 40% silk. And I have been really wanting to knit up. I have a skein of worsted weight. Lolo did it somewhere. It's somewhere down here. No, it's right here. I have a skein of worsted weight hippo for Valentine's Day that I wanted to hold with mohair, so that it would have this halo. Look how perfect a color I picked out. This colorway is called Charles Village. So if you got some worsted hippo for Valentine's Day, you guys, Charles Village from Neighborhood Fiber Company goes great with that. But anyway, I want one of those fuzzy mohairy hats with a big fur pom-pom. I don't own any fur pom-poms, but I feel like by the time I get this hat knit, I could easily get one. I love the hat that KT from Inside Number 23 just knit. And I can't remember what the pattern is, but I can check it out on Inside Number 23. She knit it out of a beautiful, vibrant neon yellow. But wouldn't it be pretty? It's got just a little bit of texture on it. Can you imagine furry texture? I don't know. I mean, maybe it would be better as a plainer hat. But in my mind, it's got a little bit of a texture and that fuzzy halo around it. And then a big honking fur pom-pom, and it looks great. So, in my mind right now, that's what that's going to be. So, just thought I would share it with you. Let me know what you're knitting. Sorry about the ums. Maybe I didn't do it too much. You ever notice how some things go really well together? Like this, I think is, yeah, that looks really good with this. You can find your fade mustache, you guys. Okay, stop it. This is most of my Lolo Did It stash. In case you're wondering, there's a couple of skeins downstairs, but all that is yarn by Lolo Did It. I love looking at it. Also, this is a bag by Lolo Did It because Lauren's amazing. I got this for Christmas. No, I'm knocking stuff down. You should not do that. That's a sock. That's a sock set or a bag. This is, Lauren made me that. I won that on Instagram before, Lauren and I are friends. Anyway, I might have to cut this part out. But I probably won't because I want to go ahead and get this up. Anyway. Be sure and chatter and share in the Cal your Star Wars or space themed items, because I know you can double dip your space themed items in another Cal or Al, so why wouldn't you? Thanks for joining me today, and let me know about what you're working on. Come to the group, friend me, let's talk. Thanks. Bye-bye.